Hello and welcome to a new lesson. In this lesson we will learn how to monitor our system using the top command. Using top, we can see running processes and much more details in real time about our system. But before talking about top, let's run the uptime command. So let's type uptime and press enter. The uptime shows us some information about this system. If we look here, we can know that this machine is running up from 11 minutes and we have 2 logged users on this machine. The uptime command also shows you the load average on the machine. As you see here, we have 3 load averages. The first number here is the average for the last 1 minute. The second number here is the average or the load average for the last 5 minutes. Finally, the third number here is the load average for the last 15 minutes. Okay, now let's check how can we calculate the load on the server. Let's run cat/proc/CPU info. As you see, the CPU info has information about the machine processor, such as the processor model name. Okay, now how can we know how much processors we have on this machine? So let's check how to know the total number of processors that we have. Type the same command cat/proc/CPU info. Then pipe the output to grep to search for processors. Then pipe the output to wc-l. Sorry, this word must be processor, not processors. So this command will extract the word processor from the CPU info file. Then it will count the number of processor occurrence inside the CPU info. Finally, the shown number from this command is going to be the number of processors that you have. Now let's press enter. As you see, this machine has 4 processors. So to calculate the load on this server, we will divide the average by the number of processors. Okay, now let's run a command to increase the load on the server. So let's type yes, then redirect the command to /dev/null and type the and sign to run this command in the background. Okay, now let's run the uptime command. As you see now, the average load increased. Let's run the yes command again. Now let's run uptime one more time. And as you see now, the average load increased. So how can we calculate the load on the server? As I said before, the load calculation is depending on the number of processors. So if you have one CPU, this average means that you are consuming 50% of the available CPU. In our case, we have 4 processors. So we will divide the load average by 4. So let's bring the calculator here and let's type this load average 0.52 divided by 4 equal to 0.13. So you are consuming 13% of your total CPUs on the server. So for now we have learned how to calculate the load average or the load on the system. So let's talk about the top command, but first let me kill the yes command. So let's type pkill, yes, then press enter. Now let's run top and press enter. As you see, top showing us a real-time information about our system and the running processes on the system. So as you see here from the top output, we can know that this machine is running up from 19 minutes. We have 2 logged in users and the load average is 1. We can know that we have 438 total tasks and we have 1 running task and 437 sleeping tasks. We have 0 stopped and 0 zombie process. We can know the total amount of memory and the free memory available and the used memory. Also, we can know the total swap area and the free swap area and the used swap area on the machine. From here, we can see each process running on the system with their process ID and the user and the percentage of CPU and memory for each process on the system. Now, to know the percentage of memory we are using, let's press on M. As you see, we are using 47% of the total memory on this machine. Now press on M again and press on M one more time. As you see now, the memory information has been gone. To bring it back, press on M. Okay, now let's check how can we know how many processors this machine have. Let's press on number 1. As you see, this machine have 4 processors. Now press on 1 again to hide the total CPUs. Now to quit the top command, press on Ctrl C. Let's run this command and redirect it to /dev/null to make some load on the server. Now type top and press enter. And as you see here, the average load is increasing on the system. Now let's press on T, and as you see now, we can see the CPU's utilization. From here you can see the CPU utilization, and if we pressed on 1, we can see the utilization of each CPU on the system. So from here we can know that we are using 99% of CPU 1. Now let's press on 1 again. Okay, now let's check how can we sort the output according to the memory usage. So let's press on Shift plus M. Okay, as you see now, we have sorted the output according to the memory usage. Now to sort the running process by CPU utilization, press on Shift plus P. And as you see now, the output has been sorted by the CPU utilization. Okay, as you see, Tab is a great tool and you will spend a lot of time in front of it to discover processes that is consuming your CPU or memory. Now let's check how can we kill a process from Tab. Okay, as you see here from this output, we can see that yes command is consuming 100% of CPU, and to kill this process, press on K, then type the process ID for the yes process. Here is the process ID, so I will type 3998. Now press enter. Now type the signal you want to send to kill this process. If you pressed enter here without providing any signal, then default signal will be sent. Here we can type the signal number or signal name. For example, let's type sig kill. Now press enter. Now we have killed the yes process, and as you see here, we don't have yes running process anymore. Okay, now let's check how can we sort this output according to the process ID. So let's press on Shift and the R button. As you see now, we have sorted the output according to the process ID number. Okay, now let's quit the top command by pressing on Ctrl C. Now let's check how can we specify a delay between screen updates. So let's type top minus D, then 2. This command will run the top and it will refresh each 2 seconds. So this output are going to be refreshed each 2 seconds. Now press on Ctrl C and let's run top minus N2. This command will specify the number of frames that top should produce before ending. You can change the number to here to any number you want. Now press enter, and as you see, tab has been quit after 2 updated frames. And by that we get to the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching and see you in next lesson.